Hey guys, it's Nicole, and in today's video we are going to tackle the master bathroom shower. It's been a super busy summer, and I clean my bathroom once a week like everybody else, but I don't always give a lot of attention to the shower every week, and it's really starting to show. We have really hard water here where I live, and so even though this house is relatively new, the plumbing will get kind of clogged up with that mineral deposit. And so the shower, we had to switch out the shower. I don't even know what you call it, the shower cartridge. I don't know. So for the longest time, the shower was dripping, moisture was building up in the shower area, and we got a little mildew on the ceiling in the shower. And, I just haven't done anything with it, and it's time to do something about it. There's not a mold problem, but it just looks really gross. And then, my shower needs a really deep cleaning. It needs the works. It needs grout cleaning. It needs to be recaulked. It just needs some TLC. So please don't judge me. Okay, it's time to deal with this ceiling issue that just looks really disgusting. So what I did just to prep is just take down the light fixture, and I discovered there was some mold and mildew behind the light fixture. So what I did some research online, and I got several hits telling me to use this product called Concromium Mold Control Spray. And basically what you do is you spray it on the infected area and let it dry completely before you move on to the next step. So that's what I did. I sprayed it in all the infected areas, which wasn't too bad. Let that dry for a couple of hours, I would say. And then kind of halfway through realized I probably should have been wearing some goggles before I tried to spray this on the ceiling. So the next step was to prime the ceiling, and I used this Zinsser mold killing primer. It just said to use one coat, so I lined the perimeter of the ceiling using just a brush and then rolled the rest. Pretty quick and easy. Next, I laid down 2 coats of ceiling paint, and you're going to say, how did you do that? How did you tell where you had been with the ceiling paint after you did that primer? Because they are exactly the same color. And I'm going to say very carefully, and that's why I did 2 coats. I just did my best to make sure I covered the full area of the ceiling with the ceiling paint with the 2 coats. Because I couldn't tell. Okay, so before it gets too gross down here on the floor, I'm going to do something that I've never done in this house before, which is crazy, is to clean the drain. This is going to be gross, I have a feeling. So don't judge me, okay? Just don't judge. Oh, this is scary. This is so scary. Oh my. No wonder it's draining slow. Wow. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is worse than I thought. Oh, yeah. Yeah, where's the trash bag? Wow, okay. Okay. Man, I didn't think I needed, wow. I didn't think I needed, oh my, I didn't think I needed plastic gloves for this. This is something. Wow, okay. No wonder hasn't been draining very well. Oh, it does not smell great, you guys. It does not smell great at all. Nope, it does not smell good. Boy, it's hard to do this with one hand. Oh yeah, that is so much worse than I expected. Wow, okay. I got these little things off of Amazon. You just like kind of put them down your drain and twist. It's supposed to, oh gross, you guys. It's supposed to grab all the hair that's stuck down in there. Okay, so how long have we lived in this house? We've lived here since 2018. Wow, okay. That is disgusting. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'm so embarrassed. But it's so satisfying at the same time. Oh, it should drain great now. Wow. Can't believe I've never done that. Ooh. Okay, this is your sign to clean your drains if you've never cleaned them before. Oh my goodness. All right, so got it rinsed out a little bit. Oh my God, that was so disgusting. Okay, so I know it's hard to see, but I haven't deep cleaned this thing in a while. It needs some help. The grout needs to be cleaned. It needs to be recocked. It for sure needs some help. We got hard water here. We need some lime away attention on some of this stuff here. Yeah, it needs some scrubbing. Some scrub down. This grout has not been cleaned in a while. If ever, I'm not really sure. To be honest, yeah. We need some help. Please don't judge me again. I'm begging you here. It's been a busy summer. So I usually only do the bare minimum on the shower when I clean the bathroom. So yeah, we got some, definitely needs to be regrouted. It's got the clear grout. And that mildew just gets stuck behind that clear grout. So we're gonna deep clean this thing and regrout, which I've never done before. It can't be that hard. We're gonna learn together. Alrighty, this is fun. All right, I think we're ready to clean. And so I thought I'd give you a good before shot. So, like I said before, this thing needs the full enchilada. It needs scrub down on the walls, it needs some cleaning in the grout on the floor, it needs some resealing because, as you can see, some mold has gotten stuck behind that clear sealant around the doors and things. It just needs a lot of attention. And like I said before, please don't judge me. Alright, so cleaning the grout, I love this little tool that I got. This little Rubbermaid scrubber thing is really handy for little jobs like this where you have to get in and really scrub little detail areas like this. And I didn't really show it on the camera, but I'm using the Zep, it's Zep grout cleaner. It's really strong, so I would recommend that before you do it on your own tile or grout, just test a little area that's inconspicuous, just to make sure it's not going to, do anything strange to your tile or grout. It's just really strong, so just test it first. All right, it's time to clean these glass doors, and I've got to tell you, nothing works better on hard water stains and soap buildup than a good old-fashioned razor blade. If you've never tried it, you've got to. It's gross, but so satisfying all at the same time. All right, it's time to reseal. So we're going to dig out the old sealant kind of around the perimeter, mainly around the door and around the perimeter of the shower. I've never done this before. I've watched videos and stuff. It can't be that hard. So I got this special tool just for this purpose. And as you can see, it's so gross. The mold and mildew just gets stuck behind that clear grout and it just looks like dirt that you cannot clean. So if you want it to look clean, you gotta do this. You gotta dig it out and reseal. And it's not the easiest job sometimes, but it's very worth it once it's done. And I'm literally just digging out the old stuff here. and it takes a while, but like I said, it's so worth it. The little grout tool that I got works really well, but I had to drag out my razor blade again to get some of the tiny little pieces out of some grooves and stuff. So that works really well for this too, to really get all the old stuff cleaned out. Kind of a mess going here, but I've dug out all the old sealant, and now I have to clean this mess up before I can sort of rinse, make sure the area is dry, and then reseal it again. All right, the last step is to reseal. Now this sealant that I picked out at the Home Depot applies white and then dries clear, which is kind of cool, so you can see where you've been, which is great. And this tool that I got, it's the same tool that I was using before. The other end though is nice because it doubles as a grout tool to really smooth out your grout lines, which is great. So even if you've never done this before, it's very DIY friendly. And finally, I give you the after. We have dealt with the ceiling problem. It looks brand new, so I'm really happy about that. I've scrubbed down all the walls. I've cleaned the grout on the floor as best as I can. I've ripped out the old sealant, trapping all that mold and mildew gunk, resealed it, and it looks probably as new as it's gonna look without retiling this thing. And now I just have to maintain what I've done here, which is sometimes harder than it sounds, but It's definitely easier than restoring restoring it like I've done here. But I think it looks really, really nice and I'm really happy with the results. And I'm going to vow to myself to clean the drain a little more often. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching this little transformation. And if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button so we can spend a little more time together making our corners of the world a little prettier. See you in the next video. Bye.